Hi there, people. Last Thursday, I think I achieved the impossible. I actually, honestly, crashed my mobility scooter and ended up underneath me. I don't know why I'm laughing. It wasn't funny at the time. My wife felt sick. No, we'd been out. We'd been to a cafe that we frequent and did a bit of shopping in the local Asda's and decided to head off home. It's an horrible day anyway, weather-wise. Anyway, my wife went a little bit ahead of me. I generally go ahead of her in the, she's got the power chair and I've got the scooter, the four-wheeler. Anyway, there's a shop called the YMCA and it's slightly down the hill, but there's these, how can I describe it, bloody great steps to one side. And a sort of I suppose it works out as a ramp down to the road. Well, excuse me, I have driven down there in my scooter, God knows how many times in the last 4 or so years. The sun was out, and whether it's because of this cataract still in this eye, I don't know. We got towards them, and my wife, I think, was looking in the window of the YMCA. And there was a bit of sun in this eye, and it makes it worse because there's the cataract in it. It makes it more foggy. Anyway, but somehow I hit the edge of one of these bloody steps, and I remember going, "Oh no!" because I couldn't believe it, and the whole scooter went straight down with me trapped under it. I don't know why this is zooming in and out either. Anyway, all I was worried about was the stuff, some shopping we had, plus, because you know I suffer with ulcers on my legs. The last one was almost healed, and I thought, oh no. You know. Anyway, 2 blokes were there. For people in America, guys. Anyway, they picked up the scooter, and I thought, Christ, I hope that's not busted, otherwise, you know. And they picked me up like a light as a feather. I mean, I'm only 14.5 stone now, and they picked me up like I was nothing. It was, I don't know, it was like floating up on air. Anyway, all I did was knock a bit of skin off the outside of the left knee on the same side as the last ulcer was healing up, which was down the bottom. So, apart from a little bit of pain, I did actually, in the classic words, walked away with a few scratches and bruises. I actually rode away. I got on it anyway, and we rode home, and it was nothing wrong with it. But I thought, because somebody crashed into my wife about 3 months ago in the big van we've got, which wasn't her fault. It was admitted by the other drivers. And it was sort of going that day, but the next day, went to collect it, and it wasn't working. I thought, oh, God, it ain't going to do it to my scooter. But it didn't. It worked okay. When did I go out again? Saturday. Like yesterday. This is Sunday. So, yeah. But it's disbelief because there's a lot of... The road I go down from the top of the town to where we live, there's always a sort of a slight inkling where they drive out in their cars. And I always feel as though I'm going over. I know I won't. So this one was more disbelief than anything else. I couldn't actually believe it was happening. I mean, 4 miles an hour, slightly more, I suppose, because it was downhill. And it was a bit of a shock. My wife felt sick because all she heard, because she was looking in the window, and all she heard was, oh no. So I thanked these people, you know, these blokes. And apparently there was a woman there as well. I'd forgotten about it. Said, did you bash your head? Which I didn't. Didn't bash my head at all. It just caught the elbow, and then I reckon I got a big bruise. But I'm colourblind. I can't see a bruise. No, I can't see it on here either. That's just some sort of design on the plaster I put on there because it gets sore. Because I always lean on the desk when the computer's on. That's it. Feel a little bit stiff. That's about all. You know. So I was lucky, really. That's the second time. The first time was when we've still got it out the back. Must have rusted away. Was a 3-wheeler. Now these 3-wheelers scooters are not designed, I didn't realise, to go up and down town like the one I've got now, which is pretty rugged. And it's designed for going a long distances. I can go 28 miles in it. And this three-wheeler, I was coming down and there wasn't a lamp in the road, and I hit a curb and came off, and that started me legs off again. I'd had ulcers years and years before, but they'd calmed down, and that started it off. And I remember I had to ring my wife. We only had the van then. Not the van, the car. And I had to literally pick it up and put it in, you know, my wife came out and I put it, it was in bits, more or less, in the back of the car. You know, they come apart anyway, the small ones. The big ones do, but I've never had this one apart. Only when it's serviced and the engineer does it. So that was a bit naughty, that one, and I weighed a bit more than I do now as well. But, you know, times I say, well, I've never had a crash, like mucking about with the lads and that. Now I shall have to come clean now. So all I did, it must have only just caught it, but the angle. I mean, like the step there, and instead of going past, I must have just caught it with a wheel. No damage to the scooter at all, not even any marks. The mirror was knocked out of place a bit, one of the wing mirrors, and that's it. Silly that, isn't it? Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I hope everybody's all right. I hope, I'm going to say the name wrong again, Brendan and Brandon, or Brandon is, I hope your legs are getting along because it's broken, because you had a crash, which wasn't your fault either. And you came up worse than I did, really, although you're probably going a lot more speedier, trying to say, than 4 miles an hour. Right, so that's it. Over there now, I'll just upload this. And I shall see you later on. Bye for now.